Yeah.
Well, we both love vampire films and mockumentaries, and no one had really combined the two when we had thought of of making a film.
So, right. Yeah, 10 years ago we made a short as a proposal to make a feature.
Yeah,
and that was largely improvised.
We're testing out characters and stuff, and I guess mainly to see like if the idea could sustain longer than 2 minutes. We decided that we were going to definitely make this film, and over sort of 7 years we.
Once a year
we'd talk about it. And
we'd
send a few emails and
we'd say this is the year we're going to make that movie. Most of the stuff we've written together was for theatre. We used to do a comedy duo on stage and stuff, and we'd usually write that together. But this, a lot of the time, we're in different cities, so a lot of it's over emails. You know, suggesting storylines and other characters that we could add to the original short. And we put those scenes together, and we had it was like when they find dinosaur bones, but they only have a few. And then we'd take those bones, and then we spent a few days in a house that had no internet, which was very important, and then just fill in the rest of it. We should explain we live in Wellington, where Peter Jackson also lives, and we would sort of steal some of their.
The whole film was made with a lot of favours and a lot of borrowed things.
If there was no Hobbit, our movie would be quite a lot worse. We've directed together before, but it was for theatre.
Okay.
So this is, in some ways it's harder, in some ways it's easier. So in theatre, it all has to work all in a row, sustained for an hour or whatever, all together. For film, you're just looking for a couple of minutes here and there, and you put them together later. But we were quite used to that. I think we probably did think that, in the time we directed the original short together, and we were directing theatre shows together. But in the time, Taika had become a director, and I hadn't done any directing, so we would have considered having Taika direct it. And even in New Zealand, the reviews are all like, Taika's directed this with Jemaine, and somehow
they don't like people changing.
We kind of split up after a while into different parts of the job, where I would talk to the actors and Taika would talk to the crew a lot. We're coming up with a dialogue, so we have to kind of guide the actors to come up with the scene we want. We know what the scene is, but we have to give them enough information. Well, so that would be my job, to give them enough information to be able to make the scene happen. Taika's organising the technical stuff, and occasionally the other way around. And
we just wanted them to improvise the scenes. We would tell them what was supposed to happen in the scene, but it wasn't just like turn the camera on and say anything.
Right.
We wanted them to put it into their own words, really. And
so we tell them
so it felt like a documentary. Like grew up on a good diet of vampire films, and it wasn't like a lifelong dream for me to make a vampire movie. But once I became a filmmaker and got into wanting to do different things all the time, then
why not?
Why not?
Yeah. I loved vampires as a kid, and I'd buy the plastic vampire teeth and try and do the accent and all that stuff. If you've seen any interviews with me about this already, you'll know that I started a vampire-themed gang called the Vampires when I was 10 years old. I want to drink your blood. It's hard to speak with those plastic teeth.